In this video, I'll be reviewing the new 2023 Acura MDX. The MDX was redesigned in 2022 from the ground up with brand new looks, with an updated interior, with new powertrain options, and of course with all the latest tech goodies. So just how good is this brand new MDX, and how does it stack up against the competition within the luxury midsize SUV segment? Well, keep watching and find out. Now, before I go for a drive, first let me tell you a little bit about the redesigned exterior, and same thing with the interior, this brand new cabin and some of the features you'll find in this brand new MDX. Now, starting with the outside, Acura did a fantastic job with this brand new exterior. It looks fresh, it looks modern, and very different from its predecessors. Look at these stunning looking sleek LED headlights on both sides. Full LED, and of course daytime running lights is LED as well. And same thing with the fog lights underneath. Now you could see the hood is quite long. It's massive, it's long, it's very sculpted. Now moving aside, the MDX still looks like a proper mid-size SUV. However, it does look a bit sleeker because the roof comes down just slightly. Also, you can see those massive 20-inch wheels. That's part of the advanced package. They complete the look. Now moving to the back, I really like this design. Of course, you have the usual shark fin antenna, a small spoiler, and privacy glass, but look at those sleek looking LED taillights, and also look at those massive chrome finishers on the bottom. I really like the overall look. I think it's a fantastic upgrade versus the previous generation. Now with this MDX, of course, you get a power liftgate, and behind the third row, you have a good amount of space. It's a little bit bigger than the previous generation. Underneath, you have some hidden storage. Now, to fold down the third row, it is manual, it's not powered, but that's okay. It's actually pretty quick that way. And what I like is, take a look, the second row and third row seats are completely flat. Yes, all the way flat, not even at an angle, which means you have a ton of cargo room inside this brand new MDX. Now moving to the second row, you can see everything inside this MDX with this advanced package is covered in this beautiful perforated Milano leather. It definitely looks really, really stunning and adds good contrast with the rest of the cabin. Now to get to the third row, you just have to press this button and they slide forward. The opening is kind of narrowed though. And the third row, even though it did get larger, still very, very, very uncomfortable for adults. So reserve for emergencies or for kids only. But in the third row, you do get one USB port and one cup holder on both sides. Now, moving to the second row, space is adequate, although I expected bigger. Behind my driving position, I have only about 3 to 4 inches of legroom left. I'm 5'10", and about the same with headroom, about 2 to 3 inches. Now the seats do slide forward and backwards, which is nice. And also, what's nice about the second row is you can fold it down and get more cup holders, or you can simply remove it so that your second row becomes captain chairs, and it makes it much easier to get in and out of the third row. That's pretty cool. Rear passenger gets a pair of vents, climate control with heated seats if you have the advanced package. Also, you get plenty of ports. You have a household outlet, also 12V outlet, and 2 USB ports. And passengers also get sunshades. Now moving up front, the dash design, center console, the cabin has been improved dramatically with this brand new MDX. One of the first things you'll notice is the real wood inlay on the door panels and on the dash. This comes with an advanced package. It definitely looks and feels nice. And everything else in here is covered with soft leather or soft material or piano black. Now moving to this brand new infotainment system, you do get a 12.3-inch screen. It is not touch, however, so it is set back a little bit so that you can't fumble around with your fingers. I do like the interface. It's split up like an 80-20 setup so that 80% you can look at various things like your navigation maps, also your settings. You do get wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, so that's nice. Also, for first time ever, you do get Amazon Alexa in here, and you get to look at various things on that 80% screen. But on that 20%, you could also look at different things like your radio and navigation and so forth. So it is split up both ways. Now, this infotainment screen is controlled by this touchpad setup. So again, just like the screen is broken up like an 80-20, and basically where you touch on that touchpad corresponds to the same location on the screen. And on top, you do have some buttons for like back and home and so forth. And also with the advanced package, you do get a wireless charger and HomeLink buttons on top and a giant panoramic sunroof on top of that. All right, I'm off. Let's see how good this brand new MDX is and see how it drives. first, I want to talk about this brand new and revised cabin, which is light years better than the cabin from the 2020 MDX. Not that that cabin was bad, but the dual screen setup was getting dated, and this is just a whole lot better. The fit and finish, the material, you know, just the whole overall design, everything about it is so much better. So when you first sit inside, you're like, wow, this is a nice SUV to be in, right? Now, some people will complain about this brand new infotainment system and how it's not touchscreen and how it's controlled with this touchpad setup. And yes, I would say that's a valid complaint, although Acura did a really good job with how this works. So if you do spend 5 minutes to learn how this works, it's actually pretty quick. It is actually very, very quick. In fact, I would argue it's quicker than using your fingers. But yeah, there's a learning curve to it, but I do like the large screen quite a bit. Love this new digital gauge cluster, 12-inch digital gauge cluster. This is the very first for Acura, and it is very bright. I like the interface. On the right side, you can scroll through many things that you're used to, such as your trip computer, maintenance schedule, tire pressure, your G meter, super handling all-wheel drive, driver attention level, settings, and a whole lot more. Now on the left side, it does tell you what driving mode you're in, and what's cool is when you switch that driving mode, things change. Like comfort, you get more blue inside. In snow, it's about the same, but look at sport. The whole gauge cluster changed. You have a power monitor, your tachometer is now in the middle. I really like it. Also, if you get an advanced package, you do get a very large heads-up display as well. So between these 3 screens, you pretty much get it all. Now, underneath the infotainment system, you have climate control, tri-zone in here, the aluminum switches for controlling temperatures, nice. Also, you do have heated seats and ventilated seats as long as you get the advanced package. Underneath, you have push button shifter. On the left side, you have a dedicated button for engine auto start stop functionality and brake hold. And on the right side, you do have pop-out USB ports. That's pretty nice. What also helps with the cabin and the drive are these beautiful looking seats. Yes, with this advanced package, you get perforated Milano leather. They definitely look good, but they also feel very good, very comfortable. They're also sporty in a way. The back bolster, you know, does grab my back so that I'm not sliding around in a good way. And the bottom cushion isn't very aggressive, but it's also comfortable yet supportive. So I do like that, and it's a 16-way adjustable seat if you have the advanced package, so you can adjust it however you want. But they are very nice. They make you feel very snug inside this cabin, and that's actually a good thing. Now, as for visibility, it's quite good. It's quite good. The hood is a little bit higher, but it does slant down quite a bit, so I can see well past the hood. The windshield, nice and big. Side windows are good too. I like the mirrors. They're enormous. I like big mirrors so that you can pretty much see anything out the sides. So visibility out the side's good. Blind spot is pretty good, and rear visibility is good too. I do have the third row headrests up, so they do kind of block, you know, visibility, but overall, still pretty good. Now, one thing that didn't change about this brand new MDX is the engine. Still the same, 3.5 liter V6, 290 horsepower, and that's still adequate for this class, for this type of SUV. Now, the transmission did change from a 9-speed to a 10-speed. Unfortunately, fuel economy didn't get any better. But with this 10-speed, I feel like it's pretty good around town. Normally with transmissions with higher gears like this, they tend to bog down the car at low speeds. Like right now, I'm going at 34 miles per hour, and it still feels good. Now, as for cabin noise, it's very, very quiet in here. I think Acura did a really good job with the installation. Nothing from the outside, really. No wind noise, cars passing by, road noise. Very, very muted. The only thing is when you floor it, when he's really gun it, you hear a lot from the engine. But outside the engine noise, it's very, very quiet in here. Steering wheel looks pretty good. Modern design, also feels pretty good. Right thickness, and the leather feels good too. On the right side, everything for your safety systems, including your adaptive cruise control. On the left side is more for media, music, phone. Also your heated steering wheel button is there. And you can see behind, you do get paddle shifters in case you want to shift yourself. I do like the steering wheel quite a bit. I think there's a decent amount of weight, but the precision is a little lacking. There's a good amount of, steering wheel play, as you can see here. But overall, it isn't bad. I just think it could be better. Now, as for suspension, it's kind of just like the steering. It's good, but could be better. I do feel like the suspension is on the stiffer side, which I'm quite surprised by. I thought it would be more comfortable. Now, it could be because Acura is really making a point to make this MDX more sporty, more fun, and more engaging to drive. Okay, I changed to sport mode right before testing out acceleration. I went from about 25 to about 60 right there. And it was okay. It was okay. Honestly, I kind of expected a little bit more from this combination. So this is kind of middle of the pack. Now, a big thing that improved with this MDX that I can't really test right now, I'm not on a course and there's no snow or anything out, is the super handling all-wheel drive, which has improved with this new generation. It's torque vectoring, so up to 70% of the power could be pushed to the rear wheels and up to 100% could be pushed to either side. So it has been improved, so definitely make it better in slippery situations or when you need maximum traction. It is there. It is there. Also, as for safety systems, Acura Watch pretty much gives you everything. Emergency braking, warning, lane assist, lane warning, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert. Basically everything you could think of, you get with Acura MDX. Now, as I'm coming to a stop, brakes are good. Brakes are good. The brake pedal itself has a good linear feel, very predictable. The MDX comes to a stop, pretty normal. There's not a whole lot of nosedive or anything like that, so the brakes are good. As for pricing, the Acura MDX has 4 trim levels and a few packages. The first trim is just with front wheel drive and it starts around $49,000, and you can add on a tech package for $4,000 more. Then the next trim is the one with super handling all-wheel drive, and it starts around $51,000, but then you can add on other packages like A-Spec package, Advanced package, along with the tech package. And finally, you do have the Type S, which starts around $67,000, and the Type S Advanced, which is the range topping, coming in around $73,000. To conclude, the new MDX is a big upgrade versus the previous generation, but lacks the goods to be the top of this class. The MDX isn't the biggest, nor does it have the softest ride or the most technology. The MDX doesn't have the most precise steering or the quickest acceleration. However, with that said, the MDX is not a bad luxury SUV. It just really depends on what you're looking for and how much you're willing to spend. Thanks for watching. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more reviews.